So let's go over to West Island and see how a rock formed 20 kilometres below the surface of the earth has become an island of granite. So I'm standing above King's Beach here, and that island out behind me is West Island, the source of the granite that was used in the foundations of Parliament House. The stone was quarried from the east end over there, and you can see why those huge boulders of jointless granite would have been attractive to the stonemasons. What I'm standing on here is Kanmantu Group. That's a series of sandstones that would have been laid down in a deep sea environment, not too different to what's out there. Sometime back in the Cambrian period, around 514 million years ago, that's when life was just getting started. Originally, the sediments would have been laid flat at the bottom of the ocean, but since then there's been a lot of movement of tectonic plates and deep burial of these sediments by much younger sediments, and all that heat and compression has tilted the rocks up on edge, so you can see the bedding now in these layers almost vertical. And they've also been recrystallised by the heat into a flaky kind of rock that we call schist. During that process of heating and compression, some parts of the lower crust get melted into a liquid magma, and that magma melts its way up through the crust and eventually comes to a level where it's cool enough that it starts to recrystallise to form a rock that we call granite. And that's what makes West Island over there. Now, we know from radiometric dating of that granite on West Island that it's about 487 million years old. So that's about 30 million years between the time these sediments were laid down, the bottom of the crust got melted, it melted its way up through the crust and then recrystallised into a granite. All that happened perhaps 20 kilometres below the surface of the earth. What we see now is the result of 487 million years of erosion by waves and weather to expose those rocks that were once so deeply buried.